Clay, you're an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. And as they say in Stoic, the obstacle is the way. And so if you let these pinheads get in your way, you're in trouble. Acta non verba is the motto of the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy at Kings Point, New York. I had appointments to Naval Academy and Kings Point Merchant Marine Academy. And Merchant Marine Academy's motto was acta non verba. In other words, don't listen to what a person says. Watch what they do. Clay, my honor to be on your show. And thank you for all you do. I hear the ripple effects from you are good ripple effects. You know what I mean? People rave about what they learn from you. So congratulations.
My name is Kevin Thomas, and the name of our company is MultiClean. We are a commercial janitorial service, and we serve the entire state of Oklahoma and Kansas and soon to be Arkansas. We have probably grown probably 5 times. We've added, I think when we first started with you, we had 60 to 65 employees. And now we have a little over 300 employees. Before we got involved with Thrive Time, we didn't really have any systems or processes in place. I've probably been to, in 6-7 years, I've probably been to 12 to 13 business conferences. And amazingly, each time I go, I learn something new, and I'm so excited to bring it back and show the team about marketing and how to implement, how to help you guys implement the SEO. And the coaching is just great because there's accountability, and it's just a fantastic way to grow your company. Having a relationship with Thrive Time it's just been amazing for MultiClean. Oh my goodness, it frees me up because then I don't have to take a class on search engine optimization or learn marketing or shoot video. That's not what we do. What we do is commercial janitorial service. And you guys are the experts on marketing, and you teach me and hold my hand and show me how to do it right. And therefore, now my company is much, much larger.
Folks, on today's show, we're joined by a real client. He may look like a male model. He may look like a hologram, but he's a real person. He's a longtime client. He's a man that we consider to be a friend of the Thrive Time Show and a friend of mine. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Kevin. Welcome on to the Thrive Time Show. How are you, sir?
Clay, I'm doing great. Had a great Christmas holiday, and I'm glad to be here.
Okay, so first question, can you tell us what is your name, first and last name, and what's the name of your company, sir?
My name is Kevin Thomas, and the name of our company is MultiClean. We are a commercial janitorial service, and we serve the entire state of Oklahoma and Kansas and soon to be Arkansas.
And how long have we worked with you approximately at this point, sir?
It's been about 6-7 years.
Cause that's when I start my grind in. And I got no time for stumbling and chit chat talk with the fake friends. I'm on my grind, yeah. I'm on my grind. You need to drive, I'm on my grind.
And we want to welcome all of His Glory Nation from east to west to north to south. Welcome to Kingdom Business Builders with America's coach, Clay Clark. You know, Clay, every time I hear that song in the intro, I get an extra little giddy up in my step. I love that.
I appreciate that, Dave. You know, I write songs a lot, and when I do, oftentimes you put it out, and sometimes you go, is this thing on? And then other times I'll have people that will randomly reach out to me from someplace in the United States, and they'll go, hey, you know, that song you did about On My Grind, or that song you did about realizing the current events that are happening, that really touched me. And I go, great. So I kind of use songwriting, Dave, as sort of my message in a bottle. I throw it out there, never know who's going to respond to it or receive it. But I'm glad that it gets you in the right mindset.
It does. Music is such a great instrument as long as we use it for the right reasons.
Well, Dave, speaking of good instruments that are used for a right reason, I don't know if the internet can be considered an instrument, but it is a thing. And what I want to talk about on today's show is how it's very hard for people to pay you if they can't find you. So we're going to do a search real quick here, Dave. And I don't know if you have access, if your team does, people in your studio. I'm going to Google search, Dave, but I want everybody out there, if you're using a computer, maybe an Etch-a-Sketch, you want to put that down, use the computer right now. But we're going to do a search for Owensboro, like Owensboro, Kentucky, roofing. Owensboro, Kentucky. Okay. And when you do Owensboro, Kentucky roofing, this is the company that's in Owensboro, Kentucky roofing. And you say, okay, Owensboro, Kentucky roofing. Okay, got it. Now we're going to do a search for Joplin Gyms, Joplin, Joplin Gyms. All right. And I'm just asking the people rhetorically right now, if you went and did a Google search for Joplin Gyms because you're looking for a gym in Joplin, or if you were doing a Google search for Owensboro roofing, Dave, would you go to page 4 of the search results or page 5? I mean, I know you're a researcher, Dave, so maybe you would for biblical study, maybe for that Chuck Missler level knowledge bomb about the Bible. But I mean, if you're looking for a roofer or a gym to go work out at, are you going to page 4?
No, I'm not going past the first page.
And I think a lot of people watching this show, it's like you're watching this show and you have this thing I call reality distortion. Steve Jobs wrote about it, reality distortion. And it's where you actually believe that because you are you, that the consumer might do something differently than what they would actually do because you are you. Let me try that again. Because you care so deeply about being known and successful and reaching your customers and wowing them and providing great services that you are almost to a level of delusion because you are so excited. You've watched every Jim Rohn video, every Tony Robbins video. You believe that you are your biggest competition. You are drinking high octane caffeination every single morning. You are too blessed to be stressed. You're too, whatever that is. You're woo. However, nobody can find you. So what we're going to do on today's show, we're going to unpack specifically how we get found. So step number 1, I want you to do a Google search for whatever it is that you want to be top for. So let's do a search right now. In this case, Joplin Gyms. Okay, let's do one more just to kind of add some variety to the situation. We'll do a search for OKC Men's Haircuts. That's a business I'm involved in. Elephant in the Room. Okay, so that's our business. Elephant in the Room Men's Grooming Lounge. Okay, so how do you come up top for OKC Men's Haircuts or Broken Arrow Men's Haircuts, Elephant in the Room? How do you do that? How do you come up top for Joplin Gyms? How do you do it? First off, I want you to do a search right now for whatever keyword you think people might look up. All right. Step number 2, I want you to go to your website. Okay, we're going to go to our website right now. So I'm going to colawfitness.com. And Dave, I want everybody watching this right now, I want you to right click and click on View Page Source. Now, someone says, what episode of His Glory am I watching? What have I done to myself? Am I looking at lines of code? Yes. Okay. And you're going to go here and you're going to look for your title tag, which is on line 53 of this website of code. Or you can just do Command F or Control F, and you're looking for the title. And you want to ask yourself, is your title tag corresponding correctly with the keyword you want to be top for? So if you want to be top for Joplin Gyms, your title tag must feature the keyword Joplin Gyms. Another way to look at it, Dave, is everybody out there, we always like to say, are we on the same page? Are we on the same page? For anybody out there that doesn't know this, the Bible, for many, many years, it wasn't broken up into verses. Right? So think about this. Like when Paul was writing Ephesians from prison, was he saying, verse 1, all right, now verse 2. Now, over time is an organizational tool to help everybody get on the same page. And by the way, the concept of getting on the same page, that's where this comes from. Now, Dave, every church, every pastor in America, they can say, open your Bible to Proverbs 10:4, and we all go, we open it up, and then you might have the New International Version or the King James Version, but it's going to say, right, Proverbs 10:4, right? God punishes the hand of the slacker and he blesses the diligent, depending upon the translation, right? God blesses the diligent, punishes the slacker. We can all open our Bible, Matthew 5:10. The pastor gets up, open your Bible to Matthew 5:10. And we could all see right there where it says, God blesses those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, right? Pastor says, open your Bible, folks, to Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 through 18. And we all could learn about the mark of the beast right there, right? However, if your website isn't properly built, no one's going to find you. And so everybody watching this show right now, what I want you to do right now, I'm giving a free solution for all of the His Glory Nation. Everybody just go to thrivetimeshow.com. Dave, this is a free solution for everybody out there. We will do a free diagnostic on your website for any business owner. You just go to thrivetimeshow.com and you can schedule a free 13-point assessment. And Dave, I'll go through this. I'm not kidding. I'll go through this with every one of the His Glory Nation members right there for free today. Because Dave, I find that by default, I don't know, 99.999999999% of entrepreneurs do not have a properly optimized website. And Dave, I want to ask you this. Why do you suppose that is?
That's not looking at the details, too focused on the big picture and not the X's and O's and how to make it happen.
And Dave, do you do your own automotive maintenance? I certainly don't. Do you maintain your own car?
No.
All I know, Dave, is there's a few times as a young man I tried, and I did unspeakable damage to the things I was trying to fix. And so what I do today is I go to an expert that I can trust because I want to find a problem with my car. Okay, it's making this weird sound, but who can fix it? So if you're watching today's show and you're not top in the Google search results, what I want you to do right now is I want you to go to thrivetimeshow.com, and I want you to schedule a free consultation, a free conversation. Because what I find, Dave, is it's very hard to fix something if you don't know that the problem exists. That's concept number one. Now, in the event that people actually do find your website, folks, do you know that most people on most websites today, they can't find what you want them to do? So most users of a website, they can't seem to figure out what it is that we want them to do as an entrepreneur. So let me just give some examples of clients doing a great job here. Koloff Fitness, and this is Koloff Fitness, and I know all your listeners out there, not all of them own a gym, but look here, Dave, it's $7 for your first month. That's called a no-brainer. Yep. Now, if you're a ministry, if you're a gym, if you're a haircut chain, if you're a home builder, everybody needs to have a no-brainer on your website. You want to have an offer that is so good that people can simply not resist it. Another example would be elephant in the room. The first haircut is $1. The first haircut is $1. Why is the first haircut $1? Dave, even though we have a high-end men's grooming lounge, why would I possibly want to make the first haircut $1? Why would I want to make it? Folks, let me give you one more example. Upcoming, Dave, we just announced it last week. I'll pull it up so your listeners out there can see it. But if your listeners, if they go to Sheridan.church, that's the website, the home website for Pastor Jackson Lawmeyer. We are getting the Reawaken America Tour band together once again here. Yes, General Flynn, Eric Trump, they reached out. They said, hey, we got to get the band back together for one more, kind of a reunion kind of energy behind this, kind of a reunion here. And it's going to be June 19th and June 20th. You go there to request tickets. But, Dave, we've always done it where it's $250 or whatever price you want to pay. And, Dave, I can't tell you how many people came to the events the first time and they said, being that you said it was $250 or literally whatever price I want to pay, I went ahead and paid $20, and I ended up having the best time of my life. And it was $20. I had one guy at the Reawaken in Oregon. He came up to me and handed me several $100 bills, and he said, son, I paid $10 for this ticket, and it turns out it was a good deal. So you can, but the idea behind name your price, the idea behind the $1 haircut, the idea behind the $7 first month at Cola is you want to have a no-brainer. We come back from the break, we'll get more into this, but if you're watching today's show, I want to give you two no-brainers. One, we've got this upcoming business conference coming up here featuring Eric Trump. So it's going to be in Anaheim, California. If you go to thrivetimeshow.com, it's December 4th and 5th. December 4th and 5th, it's Eric Trump will be joining us here. That's a thrivetimeshow.com, thrivetimeshow.com. You can get tickets right there. It's December 4th and 5th, and it's going to feature Eric Trump. Julie Green will be in the house, Michael Levine, Pastor Phil and Tammy Hotzenpiller, Dr. Stella Emanuel. And again, you can get those tickets at thrivetimeshow.com. And if you want to attend the upcoming Reawaken America reunion event, go to Sheridan.church, and we'll be back right after the break.
Parasites are real. I can prove parasites are real. I know they're out in the world today. That's why I recommend Purge Advanced Parasite Cleanse.
Purge, crafted with an all-natural blend of 19 powerful ingredients, designed to target and eliminate every type of parasite inside the human body. Join thousands of users who've already transformed their health. Order now at www.purgestore.com/hisglory and use code HISGLORY for 10% off discount.
Your money is vanishing faster than ever before, and no one is coming to save it. But you can protect your savings starting right now, completely tax and penalty free. Goldco has helped protect billions in retirement savings with real gold and silver. At His Glory, we trust them, and today we want to send you a free gold and silver protection kit. Act now and you'll receive up to 10% in free silver. And if you have $25,000 or more in an IRA savings, Goldco will also send you a free Ronald Reagan silver coin. Supplies are limited. Scan the QR code or click the link to get your free kit today. Goldco will protect what God has entrusted to you. Dr. Marty's Nature's Blend. If you're one of the millions of dog owners, you're likely aware that maintaining a healthy dog can be complicated. According to Dr. Marty Goldstein, there is one potentially dangerous substance that you should stop feeding your dog immediately. If your dog has been feeling tired or not having the energy it used to, this one compound could be the reason. Many dog manufacturers have this substance in their dog foods. After years of research, Dr. Marty has decided to release an information video to the public free and uninterrupted, showcasing exactly which foods you should stop feeding your dog, which you can find out right now by going to hisglorypet.com or clicking the link in the description box below. That's hisglorypet.com. Just by making this one simple change, he was able to support a dog's overall health. Go find that video now at hisglorypet.com or click on the link below this video to find out right now. You won't believe how simple it is. The His Glory Ranch Fall Festival is almost here. Join Pastor Dave Scarlett, Julie Green, Dr. Manny Johnson, Nathan French, and more for a powerful day of worship and teaching and ministry. General admission to ensure heightened security measures for all attendees. General admission requires a minimum donation of $1 to capture and validate all registrations. VIP tickets include private lunch, photo opportunities, priority seating, and exclusive chance to connect more personally with the speakers during this powerful day. Reserve your tickets today at hisgloryranch.com. Don't wait. VIP seats are limited and will go fast. Billion Soul donation. Become a Billion Soul partner. By giving $30 or more monthly and support our mission to reach 1 billion souls for Christ. And a thank you, you'll get receive a copy of my book, All for His Glory, and also enter to a chance to win a once-in-a-lifetime trip to either the Footprints of Paul, which is our trip to Greece next year, or our trip back to Israel. So we're going to be having two big trips next year back, taking a group back to Israel, and the first time ever, the Apostle Paul footprints in Greece. It's going to be a magnificent trip. And we're back with Clay Clark and Kingdom Business Builders.
So, Pastor Dave, one thing I wanted to mention is you have this great event coming up in just a matter of days. This awesome event coming. I think it's November 8th. I think that's what it is. November 8th. And again, you guys have a no-brainer too. I think it's $1 for a general admission ticket. Is that right, Dave?
Yep, $1, and we'll even refund you the $1 when you come to, or if you want it back.
So again, it's a no-brainer. So if you're watching today's show and you say, Clay, I want to grow my business, what do I do? I'm trying to teach everybody 4 steps on today's show. So step number 1, you want to optimize your website. And if you say, I don't know how to do that, guess what? You're just like the guy, aka me, who has a car that's making a weird noise and you don't know how to fix it. Just take it to a professional. That's what we do. You can schedule a free consultation right now at thrivetimeshow.com. Step number 2, once you drive people to your optimized website, you want to have a no-brainer on that website. We just talked about that, but I want to talk about it again. You see Roof Angel here. This is a great company in Owensboro, Kentucky. By the way, Dave, this guy, this is a real stat. He's increased the number of leads he gets by 12 times in 12 weeks.
Wow.
Let me try that again. He's increased the number of leads he gets by 12 times in 12 weeks. What am I saying? This guy used to get 1 lead a week. He's now getting 20 leads a week. This guy used to get 2 leads a week. He's getting 25 leads a week. How long did it take him to make that change? 12 weeks, folks. This is Jake Gibson with Roof Angel. His uncle is Pastor Brian Gibson. So again, it works. But the no-brainer, see his no-brainer says 100% financing available. Start roofing now, pay later. And Dave, I'm kind of excited about that because I wrote that one myself. But all I'm saying is everybody out there, we got to have a no-brainer. Folks, we have to have a no-brainer. If you're watching this show and you're saying, what is he saying to me? I'm asking you right now. Oral Roberts, Dave, Oral Roberts used to have a no-brainer. He used to say, if you'll donate any amount at all to Oral Roberts University. This is real. He said, you'll donate anything at all. He called it seed faith. He said, I and my team are going to send you some biblical literature that's going to coach you down the path. And guess what? Kim Clement, this is a true story. Fact check me on this. Kim Clement said, well, I don't have a lot, but I'll mail in like $5. Donnie Clement should tell that story on your show sometime. So he mails in like $5 from South Africa. Kim Clement, the great prophet, he mails in $5. Next thing you know, Oral Roberts University is sending him curriculum. They're sending him a Bible. They're sending him coaching materials. And he's able to self-educate himself and go on to become one of the most prolific prophets in the history of the world. That's Kim Clement. That's the Kim Clement story. But what if Oral Roberts had said, if you're serious about donating, we have a minimum donation of $500. No, Oral Roberts had a no-brainer. And why wouldn't Oral Roberts have this no-brainer? Because point number 3, this is big. Point number 3, you must ignite or start or be the catalyst for this thing called the law of reciprocity. The law of reciprocity. Nobody wants to hire a roofer until you've done a free consultation first. Come on, folks. Nobody wants to switch to a new dentist until they do a free exam or a free teeth whitening. Come on. No, folks, nobody wants to switch to a new restaurant unless they have half-off appetizers for first-time customers. Nobody wants to switch from the habits, right? The chains of habit. We're all kind of locked into doing things a certain way. No one wants to switch to a new kind of shoe unless there's a no-brainer or a celebrity endorsement of some kind. You've got to have the law of reciprocity. So step 3, you've got to create some kind of energy that says, I'm calling you and I'm offering you this deal and I want to wow you before I ask for the money. So step 3, wow before you ask for the money. Create a wow moment. And you might say, what? Create a wow moment. There's a book written by the Heath brothers, Chip Heath, Dan Heath, called Made to Stick. He talks about creating wow moments. You want to have a wow moment where people go, wow. Wow. And again, I'm not hopping on this show to promote companies that don't serve God, but I'm going to tell you a true story. When Starbucks first rolled out, back in the day, Starbucks with their evil logo, Starbucks, but people said, wow, this place is cool. I know what? I just want to come back and hang out. I'll pay for the coffee too, but I just want to hang out. This is a great place. People say, oh man, Chick-fil-A. You go, wow, that service is fast. And they say, my pleasure. Wow. Southwest Airlines, the first airlines back in the day to not charge for extra bags. I know they're changing that now, but you get the idea. You want to have a wow moment, some kind of wow, whoa, some kind of market differentiator. You call that your unique value proposition, So a lot of other ministries out there, but what makes mine unique? There's a lot of haircut places, but what makes mine unique? What is it that makes you stand out? And number four, in this instance, you must interject persistence into your follow-up. And Dave, I'm going to tell you a true story. This is crazy. There's a guy who I want to speak at the Reawaken America Tour who told me he wants to speak at the Reawaken America Tour. He called me and said, Clay, if you ever do another Reawaken America Tour event or another gathering, which, by the way, we're doing one. General Flynn, Eric Trump asked us to get this thing done. So if you go to Sheridan.church, you can learn more about this. He said to me, Clay, if you ever do another event, I want to be there. I said, hey, June 19th, June 20th, here's the date. Dave, I have texted this man. I have called this man. I have emailed this man. I have texted this man. Dave, I have called this man. I have emailed. Someone says, you just said that. I have called this man. Dave, I have emailed this man. And I'm following up, and I'm not upset about it. I'm just persistent. Yep. And just like when the rain comes down, that persistence of rain causes erosion, right? The persistent hitting of the blade against a tree will knock down the mighty oak tree, right? The persistence of diligently buying gold and silver over time will allow you to reap a harvest financially, right? It's the persistence. I persistently reach out to this person. True story, Dave. I'm reaching out. And this morning, I'm not kidding, guys. I'm probably 20 calls in. He says, hey, man, I saw I missed a call from you. What time? and he wasn't upset, Dave, that he's missed 20 calls from me or whatever the number is. He wasn't upset. And I wasn't upset either. He says, hey, I saw I missed a call. He said, I missed a call. I'm thinking, maybe hundreds of calls. I mean, but this is a guy who's very big time. People know him, like him. And what he does, I know this particular individual, he turns his phone off, which is probably good for your mental health. He turns his phone off and he goes and spends time with family and he travels to Israel and back. And he's a prolific writer and he does these things. And so he's very unreachable until he wants to be reachable. But I think most business owners, Dave, we're not persistent. I think we're worried about offending. We're worried about over following up. And Dave, for every one entrepreneur that doesn't follow up, for every one entrepreneur that follows up too much, I know 50 that don't follow up enough. And maybe Dave, you can help sort that out. But for every one entrepreneur I know that follows up too much, there's 50 that don't follow up at all. I want to get your thoughts on that, Dave. Why is it that we're so afraid to be persistent, even when we're calling back inbound leads?
I think it's the fear of rejection. You take the first or second or third call as you're being rejected instead of persevering like the person you're talking about. I think I know who it is. It's just, it wasn't anything about, but just being busy, and it was the right connection.
Now, there's a guy that we'll be talking to, Dave. You and I will be talking offline with this guy in a couple hours or an hour or whatever. And this young man, he's a Rhema guy. Came from Rhema Bible College and Rhema Prototype, And he says, Mr. Clark, I really want to serve in your business growth incubator. And if you have any ministries I can work for, I'd like to work for a ministry because I'm a very persistent dude and I want to make sure that my work is directly advancing the kingdom. And I said, no problem. And this guy is serious about it. And I require in my office for my cold callers to make 100 outbound calls a day when they're calling on behalf of a ministry. That's my quota, 100 a day. And this young man is making 350 calls a day, 400 calls a day. When I leave for the day, he's off now. I do get here before him, but when I leave each day, he's still here making calls. And he has this level of persistent, and it's showing in the results he's generating for this particular ministry. So all I'm saying, if you're watching today's show, you say, what should I do with this information? Got two calls to action for you. One is head on over there to thrivetimeshow.com right now, thrivetimeshow.com, and find a way to come join us December 4th and 5th. If you use promo code HISGLORY, you have a chance to win a backstage pass. You also get discounts off those tickets. Michael Levine will be there, legendary PR expert. Eric Trump will be there, Mel K, Julie Green. It's going to be a great event. It's December 4th and 5th right there in Anaheim, California, December 4th and 5th. Julie Green will be in the house December 4th and 5th. Dr. Stella Emanuel, December 4th and 5th. It's a business growth workshop. And for those of you that say, listen, I want to get out to this reawaken reunion thing. I want to do this thing. It's called The Remnant is Rising. Yeah. What's the remnant? The remnant is what's left after the bogus has been burnt away. The remnant, right? And as we get back, get closer to the return of Jesus Christ as our Lord and Savior, I think we're going to see a lot more of the biblical, the prophetic aspects of the Bible unfold. And so we're getting the band back together. We're resisting the reset. We've got a great lineup confirmed right now. It's June 19th and 20th. And you can get those tickets by going to Sheridan.church. Dave, one of my pro tips for losing a lot of money is to host a Reawaken America event and then get sued and lose. And so Pastor Jackson Lawmeyer said, hey, you know what? I understand of the financial difficulties of hosting an event. He said, I want to put my church out front. We want to host it. We want to pay for the things. We want to team up with you. We want to insure this thing. So it's Sheridan.church. That's where you go to request those tickets. Sheridan.church. That's www.sheridan.church. Dave, a lot of information on today's show, but hopefully everybody out there can go and grow.
That's right. That's what it's all about. Perfect ending. God bless you and go into shalom.
Clay Clark is here somewhere. Where's my buddy Clay? Clay's the greatest. I met his goats today. I met his dogs. I met his chickens. I saw his compound. He's like the greatest guy.
I ran from his goats, his chickens, his dogs.
So this guy's like the greatest marketer you've ever seen, right? His entire life, Clay Clark, his entire life is marketing.
4,000% from February to February. Now I can better that. Okay, Clay, I don't think you know this. I'm pinching myself, and if I cry, forgive me. In the last 2.5 days, we have bettered our entire month of February. In the last 2.5 days. So, and the phone's blowing up. Everything's just blowing up. You're right. It is like a rocket ship. So we're pinching ourselves, actually.
I learned at the Academy, Kings Point in New York, acta non verba. Watch what a person does, not what they say.
But I recognized at the age of 15, I'm going, you know what? I am not going to live that way. And so I started a company out of my parents' basement called DJconnection.com. And I decided I am going to have success. And so I reached out to millionaires and people that I kind of knew through church and friendships and parents of my friends. And I said, what book would you recommend that I read? I'm a 15-year-old asking this question. True story. And I kept being told, you got to read.
Hello, Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Radio Show.
An exciting time. Also, I think a treacherous time, a spooky time also. But it's always, danger is a good time. Today, my guest is Clay Clark, and I went out with Tom Wheelwright to visit Clay with Eric Trump also. And the reason I want to talk to Clay this morning is a very important subject called study. And the reason I say that is things are changing so fast, and many people are completely missing the show. Things are changing at rapid speed. Technology is changing. And so I went to Tulsa, again, with Tom Wheelwright and Eric Trump. And the thing I was so impressed about Clay is this word called study. I don't know, you guys must be in your water or something, Clay, but boy, I was so impressed how big you guys are. But what really impressed me was you have this huge congregation. They're all about guys your age. They're on fire. And you start your classes at 5 in the morning. Now, let me talk to you about study here. We show our books here. Now, this is how I study. This is the creature from Jekyll Island. It's on the Fed. And Clay's doing the same thing. We study. So I go out to Clay's place in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He's built this huge compound out there. And you guys start at 5 o'clock in the morning. It's not by Zoom. They drive there. They show up 5 o'clock, bright-haired, bushy-tailed, and all this. And they're on fire. Your group is on fire. So that's what was on Clay, this technology. You tell your group I was so impressed. Because, like I said, studies became a bad word. I got into fights in my own company because our staff didn't want to study anymore. And I don't know how they cannot do that. So Clay, anyway, welcome to the Rich Dad Radio Show. That's what I want to talk to you about is how do you do it? 5 o'clock in the morning, you have hundreds of people showing up in your huge auditorium on your property to study. Anyway, welcome to the show, Clay. And what turns you on so much? That's what I want to know. Give us a little about your background.
My name is Karime Schofield, and the name of our company is Whistle While You Clean.
I am Sophia Schofield.
We live in Cincinnati, Ohio, and we service the tri-state, so Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana.
We were getting a phone call, and we were like, why is someone calling our business line? That's unusual, and we picked it up, and it was a lead.
I mean, it's been incredible, Clay. We've gone from 0 to 100% growth. We're like a full functioning company. It's great. We're blown away at how well we're doing. So working with you guys have really taught us a lot about generating leads and pursuing our Dream 100. So we have a list of customers that we want to market to. And so we've been making phone calls, we've been showing up in person. We're trying to get near the businesses that they would visit if they were visiting like a hair salon or something. And then we start calling them and we just start pursuing them. And then the other thing that we do is when we do cleans, we take a lot of video testimonials and we post those to our website so other customers can see. And then we also upload a lot of images of the things that we do. And so we're also asking our clients for Google reviews after we've cleaned their houses. And so it's this constant cycle of doing those things over and over and over again. I would say if you're on the fence, go to one of Clay's conferences. They are hilarious. They're fun. They're educational. They're so good that even my teenagers like them. And I would say don't let fear hold you back. If you want to start a business, do the obvious thing and hire someone who knows how to run businesses. If I wanted to get in shape, I'd hire a gym person, a personal trainer. This is like the personal training for business. It has been absolutely amazing. I mean, our coach is encouraging. When he first met with us, he said, do we want him to be like a drill sergeant with us? What level of intensity do we want him to give us? And I will say he is incredibly encouraging all the time. And he just hits the same mark with us every single time. It's very repetitive. but I think we both really learn a lot every time we sit down and have a conversation with him over the phone. He keeps pushing us to go further, and he can recognize when we're afraid to do something, and he'll give us a little bit of grace, but that next week he's drilling us again, like pushing us to go harder. Our no-brainer offer is we are offering your first clean for $1. And that sounds absolutely insane. It even sounded insane when I was talking over it with our business coach. And I will tell you that that has generated some of our hugest clients. I mean, that has been like a game changer because it opened up the door to more clients, more recommendations, more leads. And we were surprised how far that dollar clean got us.
How important has it been for you to work out that scripting, even though you offer $1 for the first clean? How important has it been for you to nail that down?
It's been really important because it kind of it hones in so that you're not just all over the place when you're trying to explain what it is that you do. And a lot of times it's like you're a good person offering a good product and you have integrity and you want to communicate that. But when you go to communicate without a script or without practice, it's just like a mess coming out of your mouth, as opposed to having this, honed in practice where you know what you're going to say, you know how you're going to say it, and you can almost expect better results when you do it that way.
Had you ever been an entrepreneur before starting this particular business?
No, never.
Did you ever think about wanting to own your own business someday? Or when was the first time you thought, maybe I would like to open my own business?
Absolutely. I've probably been dreaming about it for about 10 years.
Okay, and let me go to your daughter here. Had you ever thought about wanting to team up and open your own business, or was that something that you were maybe excited about, or not so much?
Well, for me, my parents would always listen to your podcast and business podcast. And as I started listening to them, I started realizing that I wanted to own a business.
It's www.whistlewhileyouclean.com. Honestly, the hardest thing was getting over the fear. It was the fear of the unknown. There was like a cloud of doubt that, you can't do this, you're gonna fail. There was a few sleepless nights there when we did pull the trigger and join your team and start the coaching process. Even my husband put a little bit of pressure on me from time to time because it was just absolutely scary to take that jump and actually start a business. Whoa.